Hello everyone, my name is Ali and welcome to the Smart Fitness Tracker, a real-time ML-powered workout companion which was built using Python, OpenCV and MediaPipe. In essence, this app allows you to track your reps, evaluates your form, and even gives you real-time tips just by analyzing your body through a webcam. And it works on the following 3 core exercises: curls, push-ups, and squats. The libraries that were used are OpenCV for camera input and video processing, MediaPipe for advanced pose detection, tkinter for the GUI, NumPy and Pillow for math and image rendering, and as well as CSV and AVI support for saving sessions, logs, and recordings. Okay, now for a bit more in regards to the technicality of the app. At the heart of this fitness app is the MediaPipe Pose, a powerful library from Google that uses machine learning to estimate the user's body posture in real time. It detects 33 key body landmarks such as shoulders, elbows, knees, and more just from your webcam input. Every frame from your camera is analyzed using the following snippet of code. Essentially, these landmarks are returned as X and Y coordinates, normalized between 0 and 1. Once we have those joint positions, we can use vector math to compute the angle between 3 body points. This is how the app knows if you're bending your arms, doing a deep squat, or completing a push-up. And the core function looks like this. A, B, and C are X and Y positions, such as shoulder, elbow, wrist. The angle is calculated using the dot product of vectors and arc cos to get the result in degrees. The calculation happens dozens of times per second, so this app is always up to date with your motion. Now let's talk about the real-time tip logic and how exactly feedback is given. The app includes a real-time feedback system that guides users to improve their exercise form. This is done with a pose evaluation and a throttling mechanism to avoid overwhelming the user. So for example, every time a frame is analyzed, the app checks for posture issues. If it detects bad form, like a shallow squat or uncontrolled curl, it will trigger a tip. Now for the tip throttling logic, the throttle tip function ensures tips are shown only every 2 seconds, even if bad form is detected repeatedly. As for the CSV logic, each session generates structured .csv files for rep tracking and form correction history. And this is usually saved in the root directory of that program. First, you have the data.csv. This file tracks every rep and logs key metrics. For example, at time 14:02:15, the mode is curl. You have the first rep, but there's no bad form at that time and at that mode. Next up, you have a different time step, but you're on the second rep, and it logs a bad form count. That's exactly how you can know that you have a bad form. Essentially go to that time specified and find it in your video, and you may improve from that point onward. This is logged each time a full repetition is completed. Now for the tips.csv, this stores feedback messages tied to specific times and exercise types. For example, at 14:02:17, you have the mode curl enabled, and for your tip this time around, it says to keep your elbows down and steady. In the next timestamp, you're still on the curl mode, but this time around it says to avoid swinging and to control your motion while doing that rep. So this is again for you to go back to a timestamp and enable or use that tip for your learning. This is logged every time throttle tip is called. So how exactly does the exercise detection work? For bicep curls, we track the angle between your shoulder, elbow, and wrist. And when your arm bends below 40 degrees and returns above 160 degrees, a rep is counted. So that means if your elbow floats or the motion is too fast, the app will show a tip: keep your elbows down and steady. For push-ups, the push-up form is tracked using your upper arm, shoulder to elbow to wrist. So when you go past 90 degrees and then push up to 150 degrees, 1 rep from that point onward is counted. If you go too shallow or collapse midway through, the app calls you out and puts a tip on your screen, as well as logs it in your CSV file. For squats, the tracker monitors your hip, knee, and ankle, and if it drops below 90 degrees and rises past 160 degrees, you will be awarded a rep from that point onward. If you don't go deep enough, or if your knees are locked or they move too fast, tips like keep knees aligned will appear on your screen, or your squats are too shallow can also appear on screen. So to use the app, you would first select the mode you would like. So curls, push-ups, or squats. Enter your target reps. For example, if you want to go for more, type in 15, 20, or if you would like less reps, you can go for 10 or 5. And then from that point onward, click on Start New Session. Once you are done, what happens is that the rep counter will increase per rep. So the application automatically stops once that rep count is met. From that point onward, if you're satisfied and you don't want to start a new session, you can click on Quit and Save. So how exactly are the sessions saved? You will have a session number. So for example, your first session is the session that you click on Start Record, and when you run the app, that will record as your first session. And you can have your video recordings in here. And what happens is that if you click on Quit and Save and rerun the app, and then from that point onward click on Start Session, that will create a new folder called Session 2. And this will repeat for the other sessions that you create. Everything is in the description below, and I hope you learned everything today. And I hope as well that you go to the repository, check out the code, and start it. Thank you.